We've got another day in the low 90s coming up. Everybody's doing good out here this morning. Hello, good kitties. I will be coming back from our walk and then doing yesterday's video because the files weren't going to be uploaded until after 2 a.m. where I could work on them, and I went to bed. I was tired. I wasn't going to be able to stay awake anyway. No trips today. Got stuff to do, but no trips. It's that time of the morning. I'm up and moving and feeling okay, letting the coffee kick in. Right, Donnie? We're letting the coffee kick in.
Yeah, I agree. Letting the coffee kick in.
Well, thank goodness yesterday I had my over 10,000 steps and my 12 out of 12 hours standing, and even with the drive time and stuff, so that was good.
That's very good.
Well, after the nearly ½ inch of rain that we had here at the house last night, the air does feel a little bit cleaner, and there is just a little less humidity this morning, even though we're on our way to another hot day. I haven't told Dawn yet, but they had an 8-point-something earthquake off the coast of Alaska overnight, and there's a tsunami watch out, and hopefully there won't be any more damage than whatever the actual earthquake and aftershocks do, but we'll be watching that. I'm not sure if we're supposed to have showers here today or not. Johnny and I did drive through the parking lot for Taekwondo last night, and it was far from all the mats laid down ready for business. I know they sent out an email and said they were shooting to reopen classes today, but that was just the goal. They'd let us know for sure. Looked like they had put tarps over top of the mats that were still on their side and had the dehumidifier under the tarps trying to get the water out of the mats. Because obviously the cement floor is dry. The walls weren't really wet. So we'll be watching for that email. Hopefully Johnny will be able to go to Taekwondo tonight. Feel for them up there. I explained to Johnny it's insurance can, you know, replace the mats, but the inconvenience, the lost class days, all of that stuff, it's not, those are not tangible things that insurance replaces so easily. Good morning, Bunny. Hi. Well, we were all really comfortable in Ruby the last 2 days. I'm really thrilled with how well she performed. The new tires made me feel safe, were awesome. I didn't end up coming through any rain yesterday, just a little bit. It sprinkled while we were in the outback, but I mean, it was great, right? The only thing I would say that I didn't do that I would have done is I didn't run climate at the bird park. I just let cabin overheat protection keep the car from getting over, what is it, 104 or something. And then when we were in the gift shop, I turned climate on. But still, when we all got to the car, it was perfectly cool when we got in there. So that was good. But Ruby did great. My little confusion about the supercharger, you know, remember that it's available stalls, not in use stalls. So I actually walked over there and moved her, and I didn't have to, but that was okay. I already knew that we couldn't eat it out back in the time it would take to get her to basically 100%. But that supercharger was not extra busy on a Wednesday afternoon, so I was conscientious we weren't blocking anyone. I just love driving Ruby the last few days. I was on autopilot out there on the interstate and US highway almost the entire time, and Michelle and I just getting a kick every time we would change lanes, you know, just flip the turn signal and Ruby take us over, whether I was confirming a lane change out of a slow lane or a destination change or whatever. So I love that feature. That was great. Well, it was definitely nicer walking this morning than yesterday morning. We even had a little breeze that was cool a few times. Yeah. And the sun is not super strong yet and all that good stuff, so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run back to the house.
And get busy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I love you.
Yep, kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss. I did put Jules's key fob back in my purse because I did not carry it with me the last few days. Well, I didn't care about yesterday, but I didn't want to carry it in at the water park or leave it in Ruby, so I should be able to get in. Plus I have my phone and I have charge on my phone. There's my buddy. I didn't get to spend much time with him the last few days, although Johnny had him in last night for a couple hours, so he wasn't without any attention. Hello. Hello, buddy. Another day, another charged battery ready to go. I'm not going too far today, but I have several errands and several short trips. Since tomorrow is someone's actual birthday, there may be a few errands today. Well, my first errand is up in Holly Springs, and you can see that they're still working on this area of road over here where the swampland is, and we don't quite exactly know what they're working on, but part of it we think maybe water sewer kind of lines to a new neighborhood again, and/or fixing flooding at the swampy area there. It's hard to say for sure. Alright, a little bit of cold hard cash for the birthday boy handled. He'll have it before the video's out there, or before he sees the video anyway, so we're good. Wow, Ruby says it's 95 out there, and it does feel that warm in the goodness in the sun. So we're over here by the Holly Springs Lowe's, and what I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by the need to sneeze was that, you know, Ruby's air conditioning has been very cold and performing totally well since they put additional coolant in last summer. I fully expected to have to get the air conditioner serviced again this summer, and knock on wood, so far so good. The fan speed is a little high right now, which it's on auto, but it's just trying to keep me nice and cool. Yeah, I may have it on 68. I need to bump it back up. Last night coming in, I had it chilly in the car to keep me awake. When I'm driving long distances, I like the car to be cooler almost than comfortable, so it keeps me nice and alert. But at any point, you know, they put the leak detectant in when they put the additional coolant in, and we haven't had the need to ask them to look at it, so I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased about that. Every time I get in and it's nice and cool, it's like, ah. The van is cooling a little bit, but the air conditioner in the van would not hold up on a 95-degree day. It might help cool you down a little bit on a 80-degree day, but not on a 95-degree day. So it's good we didn't, you know, we would have taken the van if we'd really needed, mine or Michelle's, if we'd really needed to take more people on either of these outings that we went on the last few days, but it was quite convenient. We had 6 and we were able to take Ruby for multiple reasons. I'm headed back to Fuquay. Well, for the most part, it looks like the road here in front of the high school is done. And there is a lot, and I do mean a lot, of cars and activity over there at the actual high school. So I'm guessing they're going to be ready, but I'm also guessing that there's going to be people working right up until the last minute, and possibly even into the first week of school, tidying up a few exterior things and maybe moving furniture in and, you know, that kind of stuff. It is with some sadness that I inform you that the sponsor teacher for robotics has left the Boys Academy for the coming year, moving to a teaching position closer to her home, which is really good for her and her family, out of downtown Raleigh, which really had her on the road a lot. I get it. She'll actually be teaching at the Willow Springs High School, close by. But high school, not middle school students. And as of right now, to the best of my knowledge, we will not have a robotics club at the boys' school this coming year. I had still planned to coach robotics again, and I'm not saying for sure that it's not happening, but I'm pretty sure it's not happening. I haven't signed us up. I haven't ordered the kit. I have to have a sponsor teacher in order to operate, and you know, there are other clubs at the school and teachers already sponsoring those clubs, and yeah, so like I said, that's a little sad. But at this time, it does not look like I'm going to be volunteering as a robotics coach this coming school year, at least not in the way that I was. All Alright, next up is Walmart. Can't say I'm enjoying the walk in the sun today, but it is what it is, and this is when I had the time to go. Mission accomplished at Walmart too, including a bunch of poultry platter cat food, and able to find a cashier that would ring it up with quantity. Guess I got a phone call. Next up is Walgreens, the wallet size photos, think passport, headshot. The really nice picture I took of Johnny a few days ago, that's for his Taekwondo black belt card. Each time they get a new belt, they get a new card with the right Dan on it. He'll be 3rd degree or 3rd Dan now. Anyway, those wallet size photos are ready to pick up at Walgreens, so Walgreens, here I come. God, Ruby says it's 101. Surely it's not that hot. I mean, Lord knows it feels plenty hot out there, but it can't be that hot. Has to be just because she was sitting for a few minutes. It's definitely in the mid-90s though. This Walgreens is on the worst corner in town. There's like 30 or 40 cars in the parking lot. It's impossible. Well, thank goodness I didn't have to wait in a line and just walked up to the 1 hour photo, because the line had like 10 or 15 people in it. It was long, but the photo line was not long. Of course, they have a new customer thank you program, and I had to spend 3 or 4 minutes updating that, but it wasn't the end of the world. Thank you. Well, Taekwondo said send out an email, and they said they are going to reopen tomorrow. So they need one more day, which I totally get, because it was a mess up there. It takes as long to dry as it takes. I owe Master Lee a check for Johnny's new uniform for black belt testing, so I'm gonna see if I can hand it to her. All right, check is dropped off. They have a bigger dehumidifier now, which totally makes sense that they have a professional in there helping at this point. And I didn't want to take, or really didn't know how to quite take it in Ruby, so maybe tomorrow I'll drive the van, or I'll send Dawn up to pick it up, or... All right, one last stop, Guardian Angel. I have the donation that I gathered over the weekend loaded up in Ruby and ready to drop off. Michelle is going to meet me tomorrow at noon, but since I'm going right by there right now anyway, I think I will stop and drop that off. I have another errand to run with Johnny here in a bit, and I've got about 25 minutes before I've got to be home, so that'll work. Phew! Hot. I feel bad for those guys out on that dock with the heat shining, the sun shining right on it right now. But they were smiling and doing their job. I'm sure Johnny will be happy to volunteer again, and also glad that he's not out on the dock this afternoon. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be out on the dock this afternoon either. But like I said, I appreciate those guys being back there today, doing their job with a smile. Well, a doe and 2 fawns just crossed across the driveway. I wish I'd have gotten to see them a little closer, but not too close. Well, we know there's a mama and a couple of fawns over in the environmental park area. Yeah, I don't see them, but I should be looking for them in the afternoon. I'll have to come out each day and just kind of see if I'm real quiet, if they're somewhere in the yard. I'd like to get their picture and just enjoy seeing them. So Dawn's done working for the day. Yay! And I've got those bacon wrapped cream cheese stuffed chicken breasts in the oven cooking.
Oh, yum.
That was my plan when I wasn't going to be home because of Taekwondo, but that's still a good plan even with Taekwondo.
Oh, I agree. I think it's a great idea. I
didn't say anything last night, but now that I had something happen again tonight, I'm going to say something. But I'm going to try to be as unemotional and factual as possible, and not lump all pickup truck drivers into this category. Well, I was coming down Main Street with Johnny on our last errand of the day, And it's almost 25 mile an hour all the way to South Park. And there's police officers out there all the time, and I don't speed in town.
Nope,
you want to go 90 on the interstate,
go for
God bless, right? But don't do it on, don't speed down Main Street. There's people out there. So anyway, I was doing 25 approaching South Park. It had gone up to 35 there just the last 2 blocks. I normally don't gun it up to 35 because I always get stuck at the light at rush hour.
Pretty much.
So when I got through the other side of the light, I don't remember if I had to stop for the light or not. I got up to 30, 32, ready to make the turn to go down by the environmental park, and it's 35 all the way through that turn, and recently changed from 45 to 35.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's 35 past the turn now, so I don't feel the need to gun it for a block to slam on the brakes to make the turn, right? This pickup truck driver right in front of South Park, if only there'd been a Fuquay police officer parked there this time. He was close enough to my bumper. He was trying to intimidate me to speed up. He started swerving back and forth. He was making gestures with his hands at me. And I probably didn't notice the first few seconds, so we're almost to the turn now. And he come flying around in front of the cupboard, the gas station over there, in the turn lane, no passing zone in the 35 mile an hour zone, made his muffler be as loud as it possibly could be to show his impatience, upset, whatever with me. And then did it all the way down to the stop sign at Wagstaff to let me know how displeased he was with me. And Johnny, who, like his mom, typically gives people the benefit of the doubt, said, "Mom, I think he did that on purpose." I'm like, "Really? You think?" I think he did too, Johnny. I really think he did too. I said, "I wonder if he's married and or has a wife and kids, and how he would feel if some other guy did that to his wife and kid."
Yeah.
Now, was I 3 mile an hour or 4 mile an hour under the speed limit there? I was. Should he have endangered us and passed me in a no passing zone and been obnoxious like that over it? He shouldn't have been. That wasn't nice. And then last night in the Smithfield in Siler City, I think the good old boys in Siler City, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say it like that. I think some of the local people in Siler City may not be happy about the supercharger. We, went to the supercharger. And then we went over to Smithfield's, and Michelle and the kids and I were done eating. We were walking back to Ruby. We'd parked really far away. I think you can see it in yesterday's video where we were parked. We came out, and some guys were in a pickup truck in the drive-thru, and they started revving their engine, that muffler, that, obnoxious sound on purpose with people right next to their vehicle. Now look, if you want to have a loud exhaust, take it to the track. If you want to have a loud exhaust and you're on the street but you're not near people, well, I don't think that's very nice, but okay. But when you're doing that right when somebody walks past your vehicle to see if you can get a reaction out of them, that's not cool, guys. That's not right. So Johnny is very
shame on you.
Sound sensitive. And I am too. And, he covered his ears, and then the guy stopped, but they were in there laughing at him. They were in there snickering at us. And then when they saw for sure that we were the people going to the Tesla, they did another repeat, and they were looking out the window, and they were laughing. They thought it was funny. I guess they wanted to show us their big oil truck and how loud it could sound and all the thing. And, I just told everybody, I said, just get in the car. Just don't look at them. Just get in the car. They're not going to do anything stupid here in the parking lot. At least you hope they're not going to, right?
Right.
And we stayed in the car with everything shut for a minute until they were on the other side of the building, and we could hear them leaving the vicinity. Because I didn't want to take them on. Well, Michelle was like, God, they might chase us down. I'm like, I don't think they would do that, but you don't know. I'm like, let's just let them leave. Let's just let them go. When we waited a couple of minutes, and then we took off out of the Smithfield. So, I'm not going to not drive my Tesla.
That's right.
I'm not afraid. That would be a stretch, but I'm really irritated having to share the planet with people like that. I think that's where I am. I don't want to share the planet with people that think it's okay to do that to other people. We got real problems we need to address, like hungry people and COVID, and people need jobs and inflation. I mean, we got problems we need to fix, right? We don't need to go making problems for people. So, yeah, I don't know. Poor kid. So I'll try to not take it out on other really nice guys that happen to drive a pickup truck. Just don't get within a couple inches of my bumper, and don't rev your exhaust system near me, because given the week I'm having with some of your fellow pickup truck drivers, I may not be in a good mood, but I'm gonna try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, because but still. So yeah, that's 2 days in a row. That's not good. We'll may have some stories to tell out on 401 back and forth to the school here starting really soon. Hope not. I'm coming out here because Stripe and Marty are looking so cute. Yeah, the poor creeping Jenny. It gets laid on a lot, my boys. That pot and this one here, and then the two with the coleus out there, and hi, Mart. Hello, bud. Hello. Hi, Mart. Hey, bud. Hi, Striper. Hi, Stripe. Hey, buddy.